What up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Leslie Smith. You're watching The Nerdy Narrative, and today's video is my weekly reads. This is just a quick video where I sit down, share about all of the things I've been reading over the past week. Hopefully some of these are ones you've been interested in checking out and you want to hear my thoughts, and some of them maybe you hadn't heard of, but they're going to land on your TBR after you hear about my experience. So let's start with what did I finish? Friends, not a whole lot. First up, I did finish volume 15 of One Piece, moved on to volume 16, and I think that live show discussion has now been moved into July. As soon as we get that nailed down, I'll share that with y'all if you want to come by and see all of us chat about it. The other thing that I finished was the second book in the Malevolent 7 series by Sebastian de Castell. It was fantastic. I am so sad that that book is over, and I hope that there are many more coming. I know that he has a couple of other series that I think had 4 books in them, so if he holds to that standard, then I think we can expect a couple of more books in this one, and I cannot get enough. It was pure fun, pure joy. I laughed so much. I've been recommending it to all my friends. I'm having to tell them, look, I just finished this great book, but it's the second in the series. Go get the first one. The audiobook was outstanding. I didn't listen to the audiobook with the first one, but this one I was still working on. I actually had the digital arc that I got from the publisher. I was still working on it when the book published, so I snatched up the audiobook with my Audible credit and was not disappointed. I have forgotten what the audiobook narrator's name is. Let me look up here on my notes. Joe Jameson. As far as I know, this is the first time I've listened to something narrated by him. Will not be the last. He was fantastic. So if you're looking for a grim dark fantasy, a sort of anti-hero story, found family trope written in a way that was just glorious, cannot recommend it enough. I think it's a perfect read for those of us who were left feeling bereft after we finished all of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books. This one fills that gap wonderfully. So now we're going to talk about what I've been reading that I'm still working on. So I am still working on my charting book by Fred McAllen here. Okay, if you have been dabbling in trading, this is one I would highly recommend. I read Ross Cameron's book, and that was a great introduction for you to determine if you've been thinking about it, but you're not sure if it would be a good fit for you. That's a great book to read. But if you have been dabbling, this one, I would almost say it's a must read. It's all about charting, reading technical analysis for making good trades, and knowing when to get in and when to get out. I'm loving this one. As you can see, I've been tabbing the stuff out of this sucker. I'm also still working on the War Host of Vastmark, which is the third book in the Wars of Light and Shadow fantasy series by Janie Wirtz. It is still my favorite in the series. I'm not quite done yet. I am going to be focusing hard and heavy on it because I just heard from John over at Talking Story today. The live show discussion for book 3 is going to be on June 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Not sure whose channel it's going to be on. I believe that's going to be Brian Bell from BellTube. I will keep you all updated as I know more in the coming weeks. So I'm definitely going to be focusing hard and heavy on that one so I can get it finished, get all of my notes in order, and be ready for the live stream. I'm also a little over the halfway mark of Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Again, having a fantastic time. Now, you could say if you've read one contemporary romance by Emily Henry, you've read them all. This is true in that you can always count on having wonderful characters, fantastic banter, a great romance that feels authentic. It always feels like you're reading about the story of somebody you know, somebody else's love story that you were a part of. You're just getting all of the little nuances, all of the little moments that happened between these two people that had them falling in love with each other. This one, it's still not my favorite. I still say Beach Read and Book Lovers are my absolute 2 most favorites. this one's gonna come in definitely third place. It is these two writers, journalists, who are kind of auditioning with this very popular person who was part of this big media family, think Succession. She kind of disappeared out of the public eye. She's been in hiding for several years. Well, one of them found her, and Margaret has agreed to share her story about what happened with her family and why she disappeared from the public eye. But the agreement is these two have to work with her for a month. They had to sign NDAs, and at the end of the month, she's going to figure out which one's going to write her story. So these two are competing, but they're also our love interest for this one. I'm just having the best time. In addition to the contemporary romance, we've got this really great, intriguing story about this character that they're interviewing to write this book on about her life story. So I'm having fun with that, but I am here for that romance story. So yes, read one, you read them all, but that just reinforces why Emily Henry is an auto-buy author for me. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I know I'm going to love the characters. I know I'm going to love the little meet cute love story. Just guaranteed good time. So if you have not picked up Emily Henry, which if you are a romance reader and you haven't, hit me up in the comments down below and let me talk to you and interview you and tell you where I think you would want to start with her. So now we can talk about what am I going to read next. Well, obviously, continuing my One Piece reread, I'm going to be hopefully knocking out volume 16 and 17 this week. We're going to have to wait and see how this week goes. Got a lot going on, a lot scheduled, a lot of fun. My husband is basically on a 3-week vacation, so we're having a lot of fun going and doing all of this stuff, just bumming around and having a good time. So we've been doing that, and one of the things we got to do, there was a pop-up fan event at the Kia Center when the Orlando Magic rolled out their rebrand, all of their logos, the courts, the jerseys. So we bounced over to see that, took a lot of fun pictures, had a good time seeing all of our little Magic friends over there, things like that. Whatever comes up that we want to go do, we're going to do. So I did mention that I was going to be hard focusing, finishing up Warhost of Vastmark, but y'all, on Tuesday, the new book by S.A. Cosby releases. I asked for that one on NetGalley and they did not approve me. I am not surprised. They never approved me for S.A. Cosby. You'd think I'd quit asking, but I'm a sucker. I did have it pre-ordered, so it's going to be here on Tuesday. Everything's getting dropped for that. I absolutely cannot wait to sink my nose into those pages, and I don't even know what it's about. Let me pull it up here and see if I can tell you. Generally, he writes thrillers, mystery thrillers. A couple of them that I've read have been about serial killers. So let's see here. The little one-line blurb for it on Goodreads says it's a Godfather-inspired Southern crime epic and dazzling family drama. Ooh, I cannot wait. I don't care what it's about. If it's by S.A. Cosby, this girl is gonna read it. So I'm gonna be diving into that one hard and heavy. If I finish it, I don't have this book with me because it's downstairs on my nightstand. I read the recap in the beginning of it. The Sorrow of the Sea by Stephen Aryan. That one's on my bedside table. So technically it should be in my currently reading section because I have technically started reading it. I've just read the recap, which thank you, Stephen Aryan, for including that. Authors who put recaps in books of a series, y'all are the real MVPs of the literary world. You hear what I'm saying? So that's everything that I had going on this week. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our little brief time together today. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will catch you in the next one.